I started around 6 or 7 just like any other kid, and then out of high school I was drafted by the Pirates in the 40th round. I topped out about 94 miles an hour. On occasion I went a little bit higher. From shortstop, I think the highest I was ever clocked was 97 miles an hour. I gave lessons during that whole time in the minor leagues over at another place, and so about 3 years ago I had an opportunity to start my own business and work with kids, and that's how it came about. I'm here every day. I give lessons 7 days a week, and I'm here about 5 to 6 hours a day giving lessons. So on occasion, I think I figured it out to be about, I'm throwing anywhere from 500 to 700 baseballs a night. During the later in the night, I would start to feel it. Say on my 4th or 5th hour when I'm throwing to a high school player, a college player, I'm trying to throw in batting practice, I noticed that my scapula would start getting tired, my back would start getting a little bit tight, and it would just be harder just to throw strikes. And that's where it was very frustrating, because you're trying to work with kids, you're trying to give them confidence, you're trying to give them good pitches to hit so they can feel good and work on some of the things we've been working on, and you can't throw a strike. It's not only is it detrimental to the kid, but it's kind of a little embarrassing that, hey man, you've played a long time, you can't throw a strike. So it was very frustrating. Ever since I've been starting taking the product, I've noticed, one, just the energy, more energy, energy boost. I get through my nights a lot easier. I have 3 young kids at home, so not only do I work with kids all night long and for 40 to 45 hours a week, I have 3 small kids at home, so I need energy. And then the second thing that I noticed is just that my arm does not tire. So when it's 9 o'clock at night and I'm throwing to a 16U high school team, or a travel team, or college players, I'm still able to throw the ball with a little bit of zip on it and relatively throw it, right around the plate, so they can still get good hacks. And that's after throwing for 5 hours. And I've noticed that starting taking the product, that I just feel better. I'm in a better mood. I get through the nights a lot easier. Just being able to throw and get through it and be confident and positive with the kids. And that's a huge thing when you're giving lessons, that you want to have a lot of energy, because you need a lot of patience sometimes working with kids on working with their swing or how they feel. I wish I would have had this when I was training, when I was still playing in AA and AAA and getting through my workouts. I had one of my lessons, he's a 15-year-old freshman. He hits the ball really hard, like 95 miles an hour off the bat. And I threw the pitch, he hit a line drive, like one hopper, and it just drilled me right off the knee. So through the night it started swelling up. So I went home later that night and I told my wife what happened. We got some ice on it, and I'm like, well, give me some ibuprofen with the inflammation, and I'm going to try ProArgi-9 with it and see if it helps me, ProArgi-9. And because I heard about the healing and stuff, and it helps me with my arm. So I'm like, well, I'm going to try an extra shot of this, and I just dosed up a ton, drank it. The next day, I didn't have any bruise on it at all. Some of my high school players that are doing a lot of lifting and doing multiple sports, I've started getting them on it, and I believe they've been coming back and telling me that they've had no problems with it, they like it. That they actually started getting on to their parents. Their parents are starting to buy the product because it's helping them be more energetic. I've had a few dads that I've started to actually get involved with it, and I'm trying to get other people involved and tell them about it. My mom, my dad, my brother, they're all in the product, and my wife will soon be also. It almost seems like a no-brainer that why wouldn't you take it?